All right, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for ruining my intro
Wow.
Good.
with
Go ahead.
absolute nonsense. No, it's too late. The moment's gone. You've ruined it.
And we're done.
I'm three.
Bye.
I'm three shots in.
So you just start randomly screaming "Merry Christmas"?
I do that anyway.
First episode of whatever we're calling this now. I don't remember. Today's topic is humans in zoos, humans as zoos, and human kazoos.
I'm surprised you got right on the first try, honestly.
I didn't think we were actually going to do that.
Oh, why wouldn't we? It's a hot topic. People need to know about it.
Underestimate us.
Oh shit.
I don't know
That
where
is
it's
hot
supposed to
as
go
fuck.
or what it's supposed to be talked about, but that's it.
Well, the first part of that is humans in zoos, Bryce, where we discuss human exhibits in zoos. Are we talking about, now? Are we going to talk about behind glass, or are we talking about where you can look
I don't
over
know.
a rail?
Just keep talking. Tell me more.
All right.
I think it depends on the type of human you're talking about, because some are more easily domesticated than others.
Like you're
I
not
Like,
can
a
throw
domesticated
something at
Florida
somebody,
man.
so
Like if you're like Josh, we'll take care of all of your stuff. All you have to do is live in a zoo. I'm like, fine, whatever. Glass walls. I don't give a shit. I'll just right in front of people. It's it's whatever. I don't give a fuck. But some people are gonna need that
Or
Truman Show type high maintenance.
Oh, would the
Like-
Truman Show count as a zoo technically?
Yeah, that's basically a human exhibit, a human in a zoo, but for other humans, which is extra weird. Imagine having a human in just like the zoo right now.
that's a big shot. I
I would
don't
go to
know.
a zoo, honestly.
I would
But
go
you
see you.
you
in a zoo.
understand the concept of a zoo.
Like for people who've
Yes.
never seen a zoo.
Just for people, you just understand the con. You said I haven't been to a zoo, or I don't go
You've
to
never
zoos,
been to
but
a zoo?
No, I've been to zoos.
you
Okay.
understand what a zoo is. So
Yeah.
so it shouldn't be hard for you to imagine just a human in a regular zoo.
I imagine it'd be pretty boring. Like they would just stand there and basically do what you would do.
That's what the Truman Show is. It was like a human in a zoo for other humans. It makes no sense. We're all our own zoo, so
I mean, only if you live in Florida or America, technically.
I mean, Florida's more the wild than the zoo. The zoo tends to have structure and rules. In Florida, you can just be going 70 miles an hour down the road and shoot out your front windshield because someone flashed their gun at you.
A people zoo wouldn't be able to be like zoo size. It would have to be the size of like a state.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It depends on.
It depends on the person. Because me, I would just sit in a, like, if they just made me an exhibit, like a house
10
of
by 10
glass or
cell.
whatever, and was like, here, just do your thing. You never have to work or anything again. I got it.
That would just
But
be like,
some
That'd be
people-
nice.
But some people would need the Truman Show type maintenance, where it's like a whole city that's pretend and with actors and stuff.
or just
so
end
really-
up like a prison with kindergarten tour groups.
All right, fourth shot.
Oh, so you're talking about more like,
I imagine like an actual zoo with like.
But yeah, but
exhibits and
depending on the-
pictures.
depending on the human, that's two totally different things. If you have a Truman Show type human in a regular zoo type enclosure, yeah, it's going to be like prison.
Yeah, because zoos aren't tailored to each specific animal.
Well, I mean, their little enclosures are supposed to be a rough,
Look, our zoo, there's no way that's their natural
This is Arkansas.
habitat.
This is Arkansas. I mean, it's nothing lives in Arkansas by choice. Everything that's here is trapped here, either by physical bars or
Monetary.
monetary. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, monetary bars. Some people are here by cultural bars, I guess, because they've never worn shoes, so they're afraid of going to a place where they have to wear shoes.
Or they were born in Harrison, and we all know the reason you can't leave there.
I don't know anything about Harrison.
I don't
the
know.
racist capital.
Is that
Oh,
the race
oh,
capital of Arkansas?
Hang on, I might
that
be,
little town that made the news or
I
whatever.
might be maligning Harrison. Let me look that up real quick.
You know what? Fuck Harrison.
Unless
I'm gonna
it's
go
the
out on a
city.
limb and say fuck Harrison too. If you're from Harrison and you're listening to this, you go to hell.
Fuck you,
is that the
Harrison.
right city?
It's not Harrison.
No, is that the right one?
I don't know. We're just trusting you.
Don't trust me.
No, it's too late. We put all of our faith
Too
in
late. I
you.
said fuck you, Harrison.
I've been. I just confirmed it on the internet. It is Harrison.
Okay,
We
so
understand.
we're all
People
sides
who live in
saying
Harrison.
Don't go there. They're awful.
But literally, you could just throw a dart at a map of Arkansas and pretty much land on a place just as bad. So
Yeah.
Different kinds of bad, but yeah, basically.
I mean, Bauxite's pretty bad.
They just
Lots of
gotta-
parts of Little Rock are pretty bad.
Don't come to Arkansas. It's bad.
Arkansas sucks. Stay away.
Hold on, I got to give a disclaimer because I've always been on the Arkansas sucks train, but
Yeah.
for a southern state, Arkansas is absolutely not the worst you can do. Alabama is significantly worse. Fucking
No, wait,
Georgia,
all weather
Louisiana. I mean, everything we do is a more mild version of a state that's directly around us. You want to talk about swamp weather? Take one step into Louisiana, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, I'm going back to Arkansas."
Someone told me they
Like-
I mean, yeah.
like huge mosquitoes. Like
I
giant-
drove
Ugh.
through Louisiana once, and I couldn't roll my window down. I couldn't breathe. It's just,
Ugh.
it's like having a hot, wet washcloth over your mouth,
Oh,
Damn.
4 shots made me dizzy.
and it's awful.
Is he actually drunk?
I don't know. My tum hurts, so I quit.
It did make me dizzy. I am dizzy,
Huh.
but I'm also on my
I'm on my 6th roll, so I've got that weed high.
roll, so I'm good. I am on my 5th or 6th roll, so they're so good. You know what? Fuck it.
You're derailing the
Fuck you, Harrison,
conversation.
Arkansas.
So I guess we can assume we won't be sponsored by Harrison.
Oh man, the roll in hand was the real selling point. But yeah, basically, I think we're all there.
Man, it's amazing how quickly any conversation will derail into Arkansas sucks.
But Arkansas does suck, though, so.
Hey,
Well, like I said, we are a more mild version of every state around us. If you're talking about southern states, Arkansas is absolutely not the worst. I mean, fuck, Missouri's worse than we are.
it's
and
still
Missouri-
up there.
Missouri doesn't consider themselves in the South. They consider themselves Midwest. And they're the most fucking southern place I've ever been.
That's
Like,
weird.
you go, well, at least, what's the tourist spot? Branson. I mean, Branson is nothing but Confederate flags and rebel pride.
I just
Really?
looked it up. Harrison is the most racist state, or the most racist area in America.
Yeah, I just fact checked it.
That's fucking nuts. I just
No.
thought it was Arkansas. I didn't know it was a
It
whole
is
America.
Literally the birthplace of the KKK. Like you
Yeah.
can't beat that.
Fuck Arkansas. I hate Arkansas so much.
No, the worst place is when you go to that Harrison website, they won't disavow it.
Oh, they absolutely won't.
No, they like won't come out straight and say, "Yeah, we're racist," but they won't. They're like, "Yeah, the KKK was here, so what?"
They pull that stand
Will it
back,
really?
stand
Hold on.
by card.
Yeah, I read the
Ooh.
website once, but of course they said the website's not done by the government. It's done by like a couple of the local business owners.
I mean,
I might be super dizzy, but I can type at lightning speed.
Damn, Robert finally drunk.
what is
Why did-
happening?
It happened so quick.
Is he just immune to
Robert's like,
whiskey?
time has stopped for me. I'm now a hacker.
With butter bun fingers, I can type it.
What?
Bryce is like, yeah, so I confirm Harrison's the most racist place in America. And then, like, 15 full minutes later, Robert's like, guys, I just looked it up.
He's just Internet
Apparently,
Explorer.
Harrison is the most racist place in America.
Thank you, Robert.
I need more water, apparently.
It's not going to help you. That's not the way it works.
Well, Josh, you're one shot down. Bryce, you're 2 drinks of a beer down.
Look,
Tum isn't hurting anymore, so I might take another shot here shortly.
I'm just enjoying
You got
myself
3
right
to
now.
go to catch up.
I'm not catching up. I don't care what you do.
I might take another, actually, because I feel pretty good right now.
Do it.
You should not take any more. You're absolutely already drunk. It's very obvious.
I feel good. Okay.
That's what being drunk is.
I feel drunk. I feel drunk. It's the
All
first
right.
time ever.
Uh,
Anyways, so, yeah, I guess that's humans in zoos. I mean, I
I knew that you said it.
It didn't work really. That
don't know what you're
developed
talking
quickly.
about. We definitely discussed humans in zoos.
I mean, for a second, yeah, I guess, but
I feel drunk.
All right.
I guess
So-
technically that leads us to the second part of this thing. You know,
Humans
as zoos.
as
Like,
zoos.
what's going on in his body right now?
I don't think a living organism's doing this to him.
I mean,
I feel like parasites are like
Technically?
a super interesting topic, actually.
well, go on with it. I'd love to hear your hot take on.
I'm sorry, I
parasites.
totally got distracted by some weird screen that popped up. You just want me to talk about parasites?
Do it. Do whatever you want. I just want to hear what you guys say.
I have a cousin who was affected with Lyme disease, really terrible. Josh.
Lyme disease bad.
It was so much all at once. So, Robert, tell us about parasites. Yo, I had this cousin once. Bitch had Lyme disease. Oh. Bryce, fact check if Lyme disease is a parasite.
All right.
It's not. It's not, but it did fuck her up. Ugh. Dicks are a parasite, and they give Lyme disease, and it fucked her up.
Hey, I mean, yeah, technically. but-
Ugh, I knew I should have ate before this whole thing started.
Lyme disease is a bacterial disease.
It's not, but it fucked her up. It is the best quote we've ever gotten out of this. Oh, shit. Okay, so
So Lyme
humans,
disease, huh?
humans as zoos, which, by the way, doesn't just have to mean parasites. I don't think a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot. I don't think some people know just how diverse the ecosystem inside of you is. I think a lot of people see a person and it's just like, oh, that's one thing. You know,
It's just water.
they
and
don't
heat.
take into account that not only are all of your cells individual living things going about their business doing their own thing, but you also have things that aren't a part of your body living in your body going about their business doing their own thing.
This has gotten way too smart for any three of us.
One of the three of us is saying these things.
I'm just saying, like at a certain point, you're gonna say something, and then we're not gonna be able to back it up. And
That's just basic. That's like basic biology,
Look, man.
anatomy,
The
whatever.
ecosystem of the human body is crazy.
when did you spill water?
Just now. Don't call me out on that.
I honestly don't know what the second part.
Can
of
you
that.
see it on me?
Yeah, look
I
like
mean,
this-
that's what we're talking about. Robert went straight to parasites. That's not the first time he's done that. I think Robert's had maybe some run-ins with some worms of some kind.
Yeah, he had ringworm.
I
one
thought I
time.
have in the past, but I haven't. I've been cleared every time, but I have in the past also.
I think it says a lot about you that you've had multiple parasite scares.
It's been one time. It was
So why do you keep referring into the plural?
Because I'm drunk.
Can't just use that as an excuse for everything.
I can for this. It was one time they thought it was a possible thing, so I took an open parasite kit and
This is always a risk when Robert's around, is that every conversation is going to become a series of anecdotes with too much personal information about Robert's life.
I mean, I don't care about that. I give a lot of personal information out.
That's not necessarily what this is about. This isn't Robert's story time. Tell us about your poop.
We can definitely make it that.
I don't think that we should.
No, we shouldn't. I mean, the human body. Josh is right about the beginning of this. The human body does have a crazy ass ecosystem that can fit so many different kind of parasites in.
It's not just parasites. You're like fixated on the parasites. Like there's good stuff that lives inside you.
Yeah, I mean there is good bacteria and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, but things that are not us inside of us are what keep us alive. Like we would die
but
without.
When you say like the human zoo and stuff inside the zoo, I just think of parasites.
Yeah, that's why we keep commenting on the fact that you won't let up on the parasite thing.
It's just all I think about when you say that.
The body is a breeding ground for parasites, said Robert.
I feel like you're much more concerned about parasites than you should be for living in a first world country.
It's like being afraid of quicksand.
First world country.
I mean, I've watched stuff on mosquitoes that bite you and give you a parasite and cause elephantitis, which I didn't actually know was the thing. I thought that was genetic. Turns out
elephantitis.
There's a form of it that is from a parasite.
I think that's the one most people think of, is the one that's caused from an external source.
See, the one I thought of before that was the one that was only genetic. I didn't actually know it was the parasite that gave it to you.
But
and there's recently a remedy for it, where they put some sort of, I hate to say it like this, but like a leg girdle, where it causes it to run the liquid in the elephantitis leg through the kidney, and you can just piss it out. But it takes weeks to do it because it's an elephantitis leg. So go ahead. I'm still drunk, so go ahead.
I just don't even know what you're talking about at this point. I mean,
elephantitis?
Elephantitis could affect more than the leg.
Right, but when it first starts, it starts in the legs usually.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about elephantitis, but it's also, we don't just have to talk about parasites. Was the point of this?
I'm sorry.
You're just so fixated on it when there's like an abundance of natural flora inside, like just inside your gut.
Well, talking about the gut, Bryce didn't know previously that there was a stool transplant. Let's talk about that. Go ahead.
Don't really want to talk about poop, huh?
No, I don't mind talking about poop. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's something some people don't know, is that there's a treatment for especially if you're on broad spectrum antibiotics or really strong antibiotics that wipe out a lot of the natural flora in your gut biome, that they can transfer poop from a person with. They could transfer poop from somebody with a normal gut biome they could put it inside you, and that way the bacteria will come off of that poop into you and restore your gut biome.
Yeah,
natural
they use a poop shotgun
bacteria
to stick up your butt.
I mean, that's super interesting, though. I always found that super interesting.
What about the fauna of the body? You keep talking about flora.
I mean, there's no plants in you. There shouldn't be. I mean, did you eat some watermelon seeds as a kid and now you like sprouted something?
Absolutely. Also gum.
Gum's fine. Gum just passes through you.
No, it stays inside of you for 8
No,
years.
That's a myth. Maybe we should just be debunking myths, because Arkansas is like lousy with fucking idiotic myths
Well, I mean,
that people believe.
people from Arkansas are usually
They don't question what their parents tell them, so it's like shit just gets handed down forever. I'm sick of hearing about how about catching the cold. People tell you not to go outside and catch the cold because the weather's cold or whatever. Like the weather's what's making you sick.
No,
I mean, I don't think that's just Arkansas. I think a lot of states do that. A lot of people
Look,
do that.
my experience is with Arkansans.
Arkansans are naturally dumb. Our schools are not very good. Let's be legit here.
No, that's just the whole country.
I mean, the South is pretty notorious for, subpar education. So,
Yeah.
And that's why I can't do math.
I mean, I can't do math.
Josh, you can do math. Don't lie like that. You can do math. Bryce, you can. Can you not actually do any math?
No.
Math requires a certain personality of being able to make a mistake and redo everything you just did. If I spend 10 minutes on an equation and the answer's not right, I'm done. Like, I just got it wrong. I don't give a shit.
Even though I hated it, it turned out to be my best subject.
Did you know how when they teach you to count and they're like, use money or apples or whatever, were you like 2 parasites plus 2 parasites equals 4 parasites?
No, I pretty much stuck with what they gave me. If they say apples, I used apples.
I'm pretty sure you were multiplying parasites. But never dividing. It's always about the addition of more parasites.
The way my stomach is, yeah.
What does your stomach have to do with parasites?
It's full of them.
You never know.
You should know.
That's what the OMP test says, but turned out negative. So
it's also for ova.
What are ova? Actually, I'm curious now. How'd you say that?
You're just hoping it's another form of parasite. When we got into this, I did not know about Robert's textbook knowledge of all the parasites that can affect people.
I'm
literally
interested by that subject.
Literally, the only thing I know about parasites is in Arkansas, you shouldn't walk around outside barefoot because you'll get hookworm.
Hookworm's not even that bad of a parasite. That's the only one.
I didn't say it was bad. I said that's the only exposure I've ever had to it. Is people say don't walk around outside barefoot because Arkansas has hookworm. And the thought of fucking having a worm in me is not fun.
Does it just have a one-hand hook?
That's actually something that always scared me.
I can tell. You're like
It interests me.
You're like Archer with the fucking crocodiles.
I've never watched it.
He knows everything about crocodiles because he's terrified of crocodiles.
Oh, really?
He can tell you like every single crocodile attack that's happened in the United States because he keeps track of them because he's afraid it's going to get him. It's a good ass episode.
I mean, we work at a hospital, so we know about stuff.
I mean, I work at the hospital and I still don't know shit about parasites because it's not a normal thing to be exposed to.
I know about parasites, and I mean,
generally, if you have
from like the certain shows I watch,
if you have clean drinking water and well cooked food, you really shouldn't have just a whole lot of exposure to parasites.
I mean, I watch a lot of shows about them traveling to other countries. So
I'm worried about brain eating amoebas.
That's recent.
I mean, those things have always been around, but yeah,
we just found out about it in Texas.
Well, we get outbreaks of them occasionally. Well, I wouldn't say outbreaks. We get isolated instances of them, but they're so terrible that when one person goes swimming and catches it, and their brain gets eaten, it always makes the news.
I mean, we just found out about a 6-year-old child that died in Texas, and they were doing a boil water thing across parts of the state.
Yeah,
I
mean,
just finished reading that before we started.
That's what always happens when we get those brain parasite scares or whatever.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Honestly, that's actually something that does terrify me. But
it's so rare. You only hear about it because it's such a niche. What's the word I'm looking for? Where it's for a particular gory way to die.
Yeah, but I mean, the only reason I even looked into it was because of the recent scare in Texas.
I mean, we had a recent scare here not too long ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. I want to say it was in a pool.
That was like 10 years ago.
I know it that long ago.
It was
I
when I
mean-
was in junior high. That was a long time
If
ago.
it was in 10
Oh well,
years
then
ago, I
this
didn't
is
know anything about it.
then this is a different one. This one's happened since I've been in the hospital,
That was the last one I heard
Oh.
about.
so it couldn't have been more than 6 years ago.
Well, see, that now worries me more, so I'll probably look into it later when I'm not.
It's not a common
Seeing
thing,
two of
and
everything.
it's nothing you can avoid. It's just,
That brain's gonna get you, and it's gonna eat your brain.
I mean, when you go swimming and you go underwater, sometimes if it's in there and it goes
I'm
in,
not a huge fan of swimming, but
Make sure you
showering.
block
Yes.
off all your passages first.
you're fine in the shower.
Are you?
Yes, you shoot water up your nose when you're in the shower. The fact that you have to think about this question concerns me greatly.
I mean, maybe.
Look, then you're just doing weird shit in the shower, and you deserve to get a brain
I'm
amoeba.
not gonna
He's
say
standing over
water.
everything like
Shower
this.
water doesn't go up my nose at some point.
Enough shouldn't be going up your nose that it's an issue. I'll just say that. But if you swim in a lake at all, like I have bad news for you.
No.
Don't
I-
go to
I-
lakes.
My first biology class, they took lake water, just a scoop of random lake water, and put it under a microscope, and I was like, nope, I'm good. That's fine.
I mean,
I-
I'll swim in a lake, but I prefer not to.
Mm-mm.
It's extremely dirty.
All right, so I guess that brings us to the real hot topic of
Another shot.
I was gonna say human kazoos.
Okay.
Do you not think you've had enough?
Weird ass conversations.
I mean, that's what happens when you leave Bryce and I alone in a room for fucking 4 hours with nothing
I
else
don't
to
know
do.
how you guys came up with this shit.
I think it was we were talking about how weird kissing was, and then one of us was like, "What happens if you blow?
That's exactly what it was.
Would it just go through and kazoo?"
Yeah. What if you blew into someone's mouth, the air went straight through them and out the other end? And then I was like, what if it makes the kazoo sound?
And if that's the case, can you plug their nostrils and make different notes?
Oh, see, that's a new one. I hadn't thought about that. But the most interesting
That's
to me
not what I
is
thought of when you guys said it.
if you were driving in a car and you stuck your head out the window and opened your mouth.
It's not going to do anything but blow your cheeks around.
You're not listening. In this scenario, the human kazoo exists.
It's a straight
Like-
pipe.
Yeah, like we're putting that in. That's canon now. Air will go straight from one end to the other.
And there are many possibilities.
What happens to all the stuff in between?
What do you mean?
The air squeezes past it. It's air. It does air stuff. I don't
I mean,
know.
there's liquid in between, but
Look,
It
in this
doesn't go
dimension,
right
we don't
through.
know. We don't make the bodies.
All we're saying is this is the new rule that if you put air in one end, it will go out the other end.
But you can do it reverse, technically, too. If you want.
you do it reverse.
You go in the... But then it would be amplified, because you could open your mouth like a microphone. Like an old school one. Right?
I don't approve of the reverse kazoo.
Look, the reverse kazoo would be louder.
Oh, your nose just starts flaring up.
All I'm saying is this is a dangerous power to give men because we don't know when to fucking chill. So there would be a lot of upset ladies when it's sexy time and you're making out and all of a sudden dude's like, I'm gonna blow in her.
For a different meaning.
I'm gonna play her like a kazoo.
And I hate to tell you, but if you make your girl fart in the middle of sexy time, she's gonna be real upset. But men, I think that's just the way they are. That's absolutely something they would do.
I mean, I would do it. That's
No matter how many
fine.
times they get broken up with over it, they're just gonna be like, the next time's the winner.
She'll enjoy the.
They would
the
know that
kazoo
that's a
playing.
thing at that point, right?
What, women?
Yeah, they'd be.
Yeah, and every time you get in a relationship, the first thing they would do is be like, don't play me like a kazoo. I hate that shit. And literally, like, third date, the dude's gonna be like, I'm gonna do it this time.
I mean, that's just me, honestly.
It's just the way guys are. I don't understand it.
You see, your pickup line is like, I'm gonna play you like a kazoo.
It wouldn't even be a pickup line at that point. It would be so like commonplace. Women would not be. They'd be looking to make sure they don't date guys that consider themselves professional kazoo players.
Look here, girl. I'm gonna play you like a kazoo.
I mean, there would absolutely be internet videos of dudes like holding girls up completely off the ground like this and blowing in their mouths and walking back and forth, just tooting away.
Oh, it's so
Trombone
horrible.
player.
It's such a horrible thing to say.
Why? I'm not saying they're abducting unwilling women. It's for internet points.
I
They're
mean,
gonna be
It's falling a woman. I'm like,
yeah, and just walking around playing them like a I don't know, not a flute, but you know,
a kazoo.
sure.
It would work for both genders or all genders, whatever.
I mean, that would be the next internet video: a large woman carrying around a small man, playing him like kazoo.
I would watch it, like right now.
I'm sure. Actually, I'm sure you would.
No, I would. You wouldn't?
No.
That would pop up on YouTube, and I'd be like, well, I guess I gotta watch it now.
Y'all will watch anything that pops up on YouTube.
If it popped up on YouTube, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
See, Robert's like, Adam, absolutely, I would never watch it. Well, if the algorithm says,
You know, if the YouTube algorithm pops it up, I'll do it. I'll watch it.
I mean, it's good that there's people like that out there because that's who we're depending on.
My fucking head is sweating.
People with no standards. I mean, we could probably make with a
I'll
little
watch it.
with a little video editing, we can probably make the human kazoo thing happen. Robert can pick Jessica up. Jessica's
Yeah.
pretty tiny, so
You want me to play just like a kazoo? Is that what you're saying?
I'm thinking we can make this a real thing.
I'm not sure she'll agree to that on camera.
It'll be fine. Should be internet famous, and isn't that everybody's dream?
Probably not Jessica's.
I mean, you don't have to reverse kazoo, or you can play her like a regular kazoo. We'll keep it PG.
This has gotta go on YouTube because I'm sure of this part.
I mean, just tell her, just like, hey babe, we're about to shoot a video. Can you come in here? And then you just pick her up and start blowing in her mouth.
They want me to play you like a kazoo.
Bryce will add the effects in later. It's fine.
Technically, you don't even have to blow in her mouth.
Yeah, I mean, just hold her
I'm just like-
horizontally and I guess pretend to kiss.
Uh, uh,
But you should blow in her mouth because if her cheeks pop out, it'll give it that extra realism that we're looking for.
You can just tell her to do that.
I don't think you guys understand how embarrassed just gonna be if I picked her up on camera and blew her in the mouth.
I mean, the repercussions afterwards are not nearly as relevant as the video itself. Like, once that's accomplished, I mean,
Accomplished.
what's she gonna do? Divorce you? Take the kids and leave? No.
On the papers it says, what happened? You flew
Played
in
me
my mouth
like-
like a kazoo.
Hopefully, it just says "played me like a kazoo," and the rest is left up to the court's interpretation. I want to see the lawyers argue this in court.
Mr. Bear, can you please explain what this means?
I'll be like, I can show you.
The
Like, no.
you just pick her up and start playing again.
Oh, poor Jessica.
I mean, I don't know what
you
it.
just posted on Discord is. I just had sex and I'm fitting to eat nachos.
Ah, man, that really makes me want to get into a topic for a different episode.
What is it?
What is that?
The
Nachos?
no, the doctor getting shot for making that dude nut.
Well, that's next time.
I'm ready. I got some thoughts on that.
I think we end it there. I think that's a good spot.
It's over. Mission accomplished. We can all go home now.
Alright, later.
Robert, you're taking shots.
Yep. You ready?
Then that means I have to take shots. Which means Bryce
Oh.
has to take shots.
That's not
Bryce,
the
every
worst.
shot equals a beer.
I only have
No.
4.
You're gonna have
Chuck
to take
'em all.
you're gonna have to take shots, Bryce.
No, I'm not
Bryce, do you have
doing
anything to take shots?
No.
Nothing?
No, it's empty.
He's fucking lying.
He
What
is.
happened
He's
to
got
you
a
two?
shit ton of alcohol.
That bitch is lying to our faces right
He's
now.
got so much alcohol.
I throw out a lot of ideas. That doesn't mean we should do them all.
We're doing one of your ideas right now.
I'm saying we shouldn't always do my ideas. I have a lot, and most of them are not very good.
That's
I mean,
why Brace
technically,
is the idea, man.
We haven't started, but it's ongoing.
That was because y'all fucking made me laugh and it went up my nose.
Oops.
Oh, it burns so bad. And my eyes are watering.
It'll get in your bloodstream faster.
Oh, in that case, I'm just
Through your nose.
taking shots straight to the nose.
Put them in your butt.
Oh god.
My butt's full, sorry.
Made you so laugh.
It just there was no reaction, and I expected there to be. And then I saw Bryce's face, and he was like, "Wait, is that a regular comment? Like, our bud's supposed to be full?"
I didn't know what to say to that.
He was Bryce thinking, "Is he talking about poop?"
There's only two things it could be, and that's one of them.
Oh shit.
The other one is not safe for work. Robert, can I help you?